In 2016, Pokemon Sun and Moon were released on the Nintendo 3DS, and with its release, the 7th generation of Pokemon officially begun. New gameplay elements were added to the franchise, the story this time around was handled incredibly well, and of course, new Pokemon were added to the roster. This time around, we got 81 new Pokemon to train, evolve, or pray/bitch about online. So since I did a list of my favorite Kalos Pokemon back in 2015, and since I genuinely like the roster this time around, I've decided to compile a list of my top 5 favorite Generation 7 Pokemon. But I won't be judging them on stats alone. That would be stupid. For this list, I will be judging these Pokemon on their designs, stats, move pool, usefulness during my run of Pokemon Sun and Moon, etc. That also means they have to be new Pokemon, so no Alolan forms on this list. As for the rules, well, the only one I have for this list, aside from one Pokemon per evolutionary line, is no Ultra Beasts, Legendaries, or Starters. Why? Because with the Starters, I like all of them equally, so it would be really difficult to put on the list. The Ultra Beasts could easily be its own list given how many there are, and honestly, the Legendaries could fill up most of the list if I allowed them, because hot damn, they did a pretty good job with them this time around. So with all that said, let's rock it. Christ, getting all these ingredients was a pain, but at least it's done. So, who's the Totem Pokemon? It's so freaking adorable! Now yes, the concept of a Mantis Pokemon has been done before in previous generations, but I still really love Lurantis' design regardless. That elegant pose, those adorable eyes, that great color scheme, I just love it! Now yes, it's a mono grass type and it does leave it open to a lot of weaknesses, but Lurantis makes up for it in the form of a good move pool and decent stats. Well, except speed. In other words, it can fill quite a few roles in your team, which is quite nice for a Pokemon like this. Plus, Leaf Guard and Contrary are pretty good abilities, so adding them to Lurantis just sweetens the deal for me. And once I got my hands on one, it was pretty damn useful during my run of the Alola region. Yep, all 2 feet of it. Kinda makes the cutscene introducing them dishonest now, doesn't it? Do you guys recall how in my Kalos list I put the Pancham line on there? Well folks, it seems that the Pancham line had some cousins down south that really wanted to be on the roster too, because number 4 on this list is Beware. Holy crap, this thing was a colossal pain in the ass to battle during my run of Sun and Moon. Seriously, this gigantic pain was the reason I lost to a certain leader of an organization. It tanked a lot of my attacks, and it hit like a goddamn truck. So naturally, I wanted it. Seriously, if this thing was a pain in the ass to fight, it must be damn good to use against my opponents. And I was somewhat right. Beware has some pretty damn good physical stats, though his speed is pretty weak sauce. His move pool is pretty good, and his abilities make him even more of a pain to fight. Well, except for Klutz. But seriously, look at all these moves that Fluffy has the damage of. That is crazy! Hell, even its typing was a surprise. When I first saw this Pokemon back in my run of Sun and Moon, I was thinking either mono fighting or mono normal, but nope. It's normal fighting. It also has a pretty good design to boot. It still has the cute face of Stuffle, but now it has the strength to make it look threatening to those it considers an enemy. And throughout my run of Sun and Moon, it certainly was a threat to those who crossed its path. Just make sure to teach it to hold back its strength during hugs. After all, you wouldn't want to end your adventure with a broken spine now, would you? It's been a long time. I've said this before, but I will say it again. I frigging love wolves. And after 7 generations, they finally gave us one. Hell freaking yes. Speaking of hell yes, I really like the idea of Lycanroc having 2 forms. The Pokemon Sun form that resembles a wolf, and the Pokemon Moon form that resembles a freaking werewolf. Both of which have really good designs in my humble opinion. Another thing Lycanroc has going for it is its stats. While not as high as previous entries, Lycanroc is still a pretty decent threat in the main campaign, with its midday form boasting high physical attack and speed, and the midnight form boasting a more balanced set of stats, making it usable for a lot of roles on your team. Though its move pool is not that great in terms of variety, the moves it can learn can pack a good punch thanks to that high physical attack stat, and even its abilities for both forms are pretty damn good. Seriously, this thing saved my ass several times throughout my playthrough of Sun and Moon that it's not even funny. It was able to lay down some powerful hits, set up Stealth Rock, flinch the opponent's Pokemon with Crunch, and even outspeed some of the opponents before they could potentially KO Lycanroc. Sure, it does have its fair share of weaknesses, but when the chips were down, Lycanroc was a pretty damn good asset to my Alola team. When I first picked up Pokemon Sun and Moon, one of the first Pokemon I caught was a Grubbin. I thought it would make for a decent HM slave while I caught more useful Pokemon, but then it evolved into Charjabug. and things quickly changed. This weak little bug was pretty useful, beating the trials with its varied move pool, good defense and typing only share with a Joltik line, and then it evolved again, and it changed from pretty useful to being one of the big powerhouses on my Sun and Moon team. Vikavolt. I'm still surprised this happened. Usually early bug-type Pokemon are pretty weak sauce to me and either serve as HM slaves or Pokedex fodder before getting shoved to the PC, but Vikavolt was different. Look at that special attack stat. That is insane for an early bug-type like the Grubbin line. Sure, its other stats make it pretty frail, especially at speed, but as a special attacker, it is pretty damn effective after using a few agilities. Hell, the rest of its move pool is pretty good as well, with a decent variety of moves in its arsenal, and its ability to levitate removes any ground weaknesses it has due to its typing. Outside of battle properties, it has a pretty damn good design as well, being based on a Stag Beetle and a Railgun of all things. And based on that high special attack stat, it certainly deserves that Railgun inspiration because, damn, this thing was a powerhouse in my run of Sun and Moon. It took out several Totem Pokemon, a few of the Elite Force Pokemon, and even made a dent in the Champions team thanks to Thunder Wave, all from a bug-type Pokemon that you can get early on in the game. When I first played through the special demo of Pokemon Sun and Moon, there were a couple Pokemon I was interested in getting once I got my hands in the actual games. One of them was the Totem Pokemon Kommo-o. Little did I know, however, it wasn't even its final form. Hell yes! Not only did Game Freak give us a Pokemon based around dinosaurs, not only does the design look badass as hell, not only did they make this Pokemon a pseudo-legendary, but they also gave us a unique typing for this beast of a Pokemon. Seriously? Dragon fighting? That is amazing! Now sure, it comes with 5 weaknesses, including a dual weakness to Fairy, but look at all these resistances! Hot damn, that's good! On top of those previous praises, Kommo-o has a pretty good move pool with a decent variety in types, pretty good stats that can make it a pretty good physical or special attack with some decent bulk to back it up, and it can fulfill a few roles for your team because of that fact. But even its abilities are pretty good. It can deal with skill link users thanks to Bulletproof, it can take care of some sound-based move thanks to Soundproof, and can even prevent weather damage thanks to Overcoat. My point is, Kommo-o was pretty damn useful in my run of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Hell, once I finally got my hands on one, I was finally able to defeat that goddamn Beware with it in the rematch. Where's your total powers now, bitch? But I think it's time I wrap this up. I'm the Mounty, and this has been my top 5 favorite Generation 7 Pokemon list. Thank you all for watching, and take care.